Tony Manuela, I'm not going to the ground. Le président Bagui Romeo, le président Jean-Pierre, le président el profesor, el nuevo
Today is Friday, and this is Liberia Public Radio Diaspora Informative News Outlet. That's the Friday editions of LPR TV Live with the Analyst. I am your host and presenter, Tafanso Zienso, right here this evening from the New England Bureau of the Liberia Public Radio. And by demand, popular demand, a Liberian man requested, say he wanted to go to Grange. So I said, okay, let's switch the gear because without him and many of you, we will not be here. So I just switched it here and take you to the southeastern side of the Republic of Liberia. We say good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on your location, and welcome to this Talking Point edition. The analyst is going to be here and we're going to have a conversation here. If this is the first time on this network, you are on the voice of the Diaspora Informative News Magazine, Liberia Public Radio, 10 LPR TV. The audience, I would say the audience, I would say quality is better than quantity based on what we talk here. We don't necessarily talk what you want to hear, but we tell you what you need to hear. So sometimes you'll be very uncomfortable when we're having this sort of conversation. That's the difference with the liberal and his ally. They always in the process, they're always in the business of want to appease the people, So he's doing everything possibly he can, the liberal progressive and his folks. They're doing everything possibly they can to twist the narrative, simply because they want to go on their way. If this is the first time, we say you are wholeheartedly to welcome. Hey, Mr. Hinan, good to have you in the house. Favor, good evening, good morning. Matimant God favor a dolly. People are so creative with names, so talented. I tried doing that, but it's not working. Look at my man. Look at I'm the man, he Liberia man. There you see our man Tizia is in the house. Let's do a recognition here. Diallo is here. Byron Brown, what's up, my man? How you doing? Brown Dia is in the house. Francis Pay is here. Amos Balayan is here. And of course, from the border state of Philadelphia, sistering, Mrs. Marie Togaswanga is in the house. Our prime time listener for our good evening to Sis Marie, and hope you are doing well. How is my man JD is doing? Everybody, hopefully they are doing. Okay, Omar is here. Newman William, Librarian man. And all of you guys will say good evening, good evening, good evening. Good to have you here. Do us a favor. Just hit the share icon and invite someone at your company. You can also, by the way, if you get a smart TV in your house or whatever it is, you can also have it just connected and you're going to see like a theater. You're going to see it live. Good, well, as well. We are also live on YouTube. The liberal, when he come here tonight, they know. When he come here, he can come. These people, we're not sanctioned them. Because the more you scare these people away, you give them the opportunity to spill the beans, So let them come. Let them come. We are prepared. We'll host them. So I'm going to be talking here this evening, and of course, you're going to be part of it as well. Politics on this side, the politics of Liberia 2029. And this is what's so a little bit sort of very interesting to me. They are not even focusing on what is happening now, but they start making preparation from 2029. Try those sweet, but what you'll be eating before the real one. They are not addressing those burning issues, be it the opposition or the ruling establishment. Everybody in the sort of competition. You do one side do it, the other side copy, twist it around, one side breaking ground, the carrying tree that the people cut down, put it on another car, and going to do reforestations or whatever it is, and carrying it to plant it. The other side say, okay, I'm going to do my own. So it's sort of confusing to see where we are going as a people, as a nation. You had another group called ANC. I think the guy, Leon, will be joining Oya for a few minutes. ANC people, Atlanta, Georgia is their base. Yeah, all right. They are in Atlanta, Georgia tonight. And hopefully Leon will join us here for a few minutes because they are very busy. And that is understanding. But the good news, another news is a new political party is about to be born or is born in Liberia, having their convention tomorrow. Another party. The people of La Côte d'Ivoire, Abidjan's Ivory Coast, will be going to the Balabacs tomorrow as well. Our guy, Benjamin Tigbe, is in the nation capital of Abidjan. Our chief correspondent, hopefully to get some images. But the Côte d'Ivoire, the French people, they're tightening the grip. The other day, they were doing some stuff, they're telling media not to post certain things up. So it is what it is. Our analysts, they are here, they are assembling, they are coming. They are coming, the Boashins, the Weashins, the Seditions. I don't know how we'll call the ANC, the Coca-Colians or what. They are coming. The meeting tonight in Atlanta, Georgia. We're going to be talking to one of the guys. Hopefully, he's going to chip in here. But welcome. Thank you for being here with us. Just hit the share icon. If you want to watch it on YouTube, we are also here. Trickle, good to have you in the house. Oh, boy. Clarence Davis, tonight you need to establish your identity. When your guy is not here, then I am your best guy. I am the best ever. But when the liberal comes, then you begin to edify him. Oh, the chairman, the guru. So tonight, You either decide to be with a liberal or to decide to be with people who stand up for Liberia. But you are blushing. That I know. But you have to decide tonight. Let me know who you are. You want to be dog, be dog. You want to be cat, be cat. Don't be dog cat. The show is about to get on the way. Welcome to the show. Good evening, good evening. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us here. Very shortly, we want to bring in our ushers to the analyst. The link is out there. We're going to be having a conversation from our angle, and of course, your lines, your comments, your suggestion. I sadly, my line is not being activated. So hopefully, maybe if the Libra comes in, we'll ask him to use his survey. But when you try to do that now, he kind of start with his tabata. But Koto Jala Balayint, another Bwashin, another strong supporter of President Joseph Newman Boyka. She was with ANC. I don't know why she left. These people, they kept living from one party. They started with NDPL, they started with LPP, they started with Liberal Action Party. They went to Gabriel Bole. It didn't work out. They went to Ellis Kumi. They say Kumi can't dance. Kumi can't go in studio. They left Kumi by the wayside. The Omekin, they jump on the train. Now they are enjoying the beauty of the train. Let me go to New Jersey, the Garden City, where the hot pepper can come from. Koto Bala Jalayan is here. Let me just bring her in here and we will have a conversation. Okay, let's see here. What? Let me put my favorite here. Okay. The rescue, are you a rescue ente, rescue arm, or rescue what? Rescue cousin for Joseph Boyka? Which are the rescue you belong?
Joseph Boyka real niece.
Or your real niece to Boyka? Oh, I just getting to know how to do. I see. It good to be around the White House. What are you going to be doing? Y'all going to demolish the airflow too, or what? Yeah, they're breaking down the
We are the bailers. We bailing.
West Wing. So,
We
okay.
are bailing.
Good evening, Koto. Happy Friday. TG. Today is Friday, right? TGIF.
Thank God it's Friday.
Thank God it's Friday. What's popping? What's going on the block? What happened in the new Garden City today? And then Friday night movie, Friday night sitting here and that. Yeah, too much of work before I play make Jack a dog boy. What's going on?
Well, today is Friday. Thank God it's Friday. I'm glad to be part of this show tonight. Today is my Friday. I normally take my Friday up to rest and just have my day going, and I just cook my potato greens, fry potato greens. Oh boy, it was so nice.
Not our good today.
No, no tawagi today. No,
Oh, so you didn't go to Lofa today.
I ate tawagi last week.
So I thought you want to grind Gita with palm butter or stuff with some little cool.
Pamela is a tawagi, so I didn't want to go anywhere. Anything.
Uh, okay. Oh, what happened?
You took me off.
No, not me. Now you move. Can you? Okay, let me bring Terry. Hey, check your check. Okay, what? You see, how can the Reverend King and then
The Reverend took me off, right?
that guy yesterday the neighbor called me He and Terry, they are having some clandestine meetings around here. They
Oh,
don't like you. They say sometimes I don't know. But anyway, I don't. You'll see for yourself. Okay, you will see it for yourself. But look at, but you don't listen to me. So you don't listen to me. I just let the liberal to
you
stop you.
see, he won't
Okay,
bring, Mr. So won't bring confusion in our camp. You see, he won't, he won't bring confusion in
that
our
kind of
camp.
so rich. They get
Our
revenue.
rescue camp is intact.
They get a political revenue. They get a political nice one. People not behaving. They get us on RV. Then they come to themselves. Okay, guys. Good evening.
They
Like,
get some
welcome.
people taking makeup and all.
Huh?
Some people get makeup and all.
You see there? You see there? You see
Who
there?
wearing makeup?
The former
I'm not
president
wearing
said
makeup.
our president wearing makeup. No,
Oh,
let the former president say our president wearing
that's
makeup.
about I can't wear makeup. So I asked, you used to wear makeup before?
Whatever little thing can get under your skin.
No, we can just ask question. You used to wear it before? I asked.
I think the new party that coming out here with
And
Joe.
then she accept it, somebody.
I think we all need to find our play now to because that labro there, if you not just something you can get. Okay, guys, good evening, good to have you. Thank you so much for your commitment, Koto, Terry. You guys are great guys. Even though I don't agree with your Tabata, and especially oh my goodness, Thursday night can be a headache. I always take some kind of thing to sleep because when Terry you have Clarence on the other outskirts of the city. When he comes, he just Clarence, Clarence, Clarence. I don't know. And then something to forgetting. Okay, guys, today is Friday. Let's see. Cote d'Ivoire is going to the ballot box tomorrow. They are having an election, politically charged, tense, some sort of restrictions. Blake Goodyear is one of the young youth activists, is there, has endorsed the candidacy. Oh, what's that? What am I playing here? My hand, I'm going and sitting, doing here. Okay, let's see. Leon, you in a light. Okay, let me just bring in. Guys, I want to do a quick 20 minutes, 15 minutes. Of course, you can participate because these men, we got to hold them top. Because by the time they climb on that airflow there, you can't see them. Only their security there. Let me bring in Mr. Leon Menza is the chair ANC Diaspora Convention. I believe you in Atlanta, Georgia, right, Leo?
Yes, good evening, Alfonso. Good evening, fellow panelists. We're in Lawrenceville, Georgia this weekend for the ANC
Lord,
Diaspora.
what the
Yeah.
heck you guys are doing to why you went Georgia, I think 2 times Georgia now changing the narrative. You're going back. You see, you're so high here too. Yeah, you went to Australia, they said they didn't bear fruit, then you go
Uh,
back. Okay, but okay, Leon, I know it's a very busy time. Quickly here, I want to just tap into how is the situation on the ground there so far since your arrival?
yeah, I mean, this has been, I mean, it's an exhilaration, in the air. Sometimes the universe speaks to you. It feels very different in the sense that Liberians are mobilizing from all across the United States of America and descending under the umbrella of the ANC diaspora in Lawrenceville, Georgia. I mean, I don't know what you guys saw. Mr. Cummings posted some picture. There's some picture posted of Mr. Cummings and Pearl Brown Boo. I mean, there's a lot of people coming from everywhere. Minnesota, Maryland, DC, Virginia. Some people from locally here in Atlanta area. So we anticipate a very packed house tomorrow, where we're gonna have our business meeting and voting in the morning at 9 a.m. and subsequently a dinner and ball in the evening. We actually have a meet and greet tonight. I'm actually heading there right now,
Hmm.
just to kind of meet and greet the various folks. So yeah, we're looking forward to a very successful weekend, interacting with Liberians, learning more about where they think we should improve. but also, most importantly, installing the new leadership of the ANC diaspora into office and making sure that we unify under this one umbrella. As you remember, there were multiple groups working with Mr. Alexander B. Cummings over the last several years. We had ANC Global, we had ANC USA, we had ANC Midwest, we had CPP USA. So now all of those auxiliaries are now going under one umbrella. Our one umbrella is called the ANC Diaspora. So pleasure to be here this evening. Look forward to a fruitful discussion. It might be a little quick because we
Yeah,
we
quickly.
route to another event, but happy to
Yeah, it's good.
discuss further.
Everything going to be condensed. Yeah, but quickly, we are hearing a lot of information. I'd like to hear from the houses more. What is your interest in this major convention?
Interest
When
as
yeah,
in personally or in from an institutional perspective?
for the institution, I like you. Are you contesting for any leadership
Oh
position?
yeah, so I'm contesting along with my fellow members of my team, but I'm contesting for chairman of the ANC Diaspora USA. Monique Kishan is my vice chair, but some other people, Gifty Brown, some other people on the team as well, to regional leader, secretary, etc. Um, as you may know, over the last year or so, a year and a half after the election, Mr. Cummings appointed my opponent, actually, who's running for the other chairmanship position, ANC Diaspora, uh, to bring together everybody on one umbrella. But unfortunately, he couldn't. I'm just, it's just, it is what it is. So at which point in time, Mr. Cummings subsequently appointed me as interim transitional chairman to collaborate with the various ANC auxiliaries. So I work collaboratively along with some other team members of the transition group, Yao Borman, Yacindy Martin, and a couple other key folks to really reach out to the other auxiliaries, bring them all into the fold, listen to what, some concerns they had, and through a democratic process over the last year, we're able to get all of them to agree to a terms agreement that culminates into this convention that we're talking about. In addition to engaging with people, I've also helped lead the initiative to create the infrastructure of the ANC diaspora. What does that mean? Sometimes we spend late at night, for instance, working with Yabom to draft a constitution or filing registration, federal registration, state registration, bank accounts, payment system, membership ID cards. Really working with IT teams and management teams and reaching across the aisle to really mobilize the Liberians from all the diaspora, from all the auxiliaries to the ANC diaspora. So we've shown that our team shown that we can engage people, we can help persuade them, but also we have the technical skills because you need both people skills and you need technical skills to be able to bring an organization into fruition. So our team has demonstrated that it's not something we're just wishing to the future. It's something we actually can say we accomplished. So on that note and that basis, that brings me into why I'm contesting for
Okay.
the position as chairman of ANC Diaspora.
Oh wow, I love this roller skate this evening. But quickly here, I ANC not that too strange to me. I had the opportunity to talk to your political leader, the former diaspora or global passed away, then Kwame Clement, Warman Red, and all of those people here. What difference? How will the ANC, I mean political institution, not social club, institution with political ideology, vision, uh, that will stay course, the message, honor your watch, if elected as chair, how different can it be the same ANC 2 years, 3 years ago, or will we see something different out of the system to say, okay, uh, this is the ANC, this is a political party. What are you bringing to this table?
Yeah, good question. Essentially, you want to know what we're going to do differently, right?
Correct.
Okay, that's a great question. I've been around since the founding days of the ANC, nearly about 15 years now. So I've seen it through all this evolution, for the most part. So I can say that what we're doing different is a combination of all the lessons we've learned over the last 15 years. Number one, we're going to institutionalize the ANC. What does that mean? It means that we want to put in place both the physical and the human infrastructure that can make ANC last into decades, into eternity. That means physical buildings, like for instance, the new headquarters, more active regional county offices all across Liberia. We talk about other physical infrastructure like logistics, vehicles, cell phones, communication devices, billboards, T-shirts, campaign paraphernalia or just marketing, quote unquote, paraphernalia. We also want to build a human infrastructure as well too. So we want to educate some of the young campaigners on the ground what exactly ANC's mission and vision, so they can propagate that message across the hinterlands of Liberia. In addition, we want to decentralize some of the decision making so that ANC can be very agile going into the future. What does that mean? If somebody wants to build a hand pump in Bunkiman, they want to build a well in Zwedru, they don't have to wait to be calling Mr. Cummings' office. We want to empower what we identify to be program managers to be assigned to all the 15 counties all across Liberia, working in conjunction with the budget officers. What those program managers are going to do is they're going to be responsible for everything happening in their specific county. So we're going to have a program manager for Nimba, program manager for Montserrato, so on and so forth. Everything, whether it's social welfare project, if people want hand pump, they want bridge somewhere, they want to pay their children's school fee, the program manager will be in charge of helping make all those decisions. That program manager will work in consultation with the budget officer who has identified the resources, raised the necessary resources to be able to execute on the implementation of those program activities happening in that specific county. Centralization of make it more in reach to the constituents. Okay. In addition, we also want to create a welcoming environment. That's one of the feedback we heard. So over the years, people felt, some of their criticism of ANC. When they came, they didn't feel too welcome or they didn't fit in. So we're very conscientious to make sure that whoever comes into the in, whoever comes into the A, we want to listen to them. Bring your opinion. Nobody's too big around here. We all from, we all like you. So we'll listen to your advice. Majority rule. Whatever we decide from a cumulative perspective, execute and move accordingly. So those are some of the things we're going to be doing differently. Okay, institutionalized ANC with physical human infrastructure. We're going to be decentralizing some of the decision making, and we're also going to be making a welcoming environment. Of course, things like fundraising, all that goes into the whole picture as well to support operations on the ground in Liberia.
Okay, quickly, I know you're on the run, so it's understandable. Now, this seems to be the political pancake money talk conversation now. CDC, they cut down your tree, they put it on another 4 week, they carrying, they're going to do tend to forestry now, they're going to do replanting. Unity Party coming, they're going to put their headquarters. I'm hearing now, most likely, new headquarters now. Now, is that of a cardinal issue at this point? Why it is true? Or will we see this party to be removed from Monrovia and extend its operations in urban Liberia? You get party, nobody in there beside people just sitting down there whole day, nobody there answering phone call, nobody can get access to party chairman, no any source of information. You have to go through a bureaucratic system to the extent like, you know what, I give up. I can't do it. So I'm sick and tired of this party. NDP headquarters is lying down there. LAP headquarters, 2 week party, and you're just putting your buildings. At the end of the day, those buildings are abandoned. It's there's no sort of system that even when one leaves today, the next person will to do charge. So is that another thing, or will ANC do it differently on your way? Let me bring in the most liberal progressive on this network. Quickly, I know you're about to roll. Liberal, good evening, welcome. Go ahead, Leon.
Oh, okay. So essentially, I analyze your question as in how we're going to institutionalize really the ANC to make it a viable, vibrant institution, basically. So, I mean, it kind of ties to some of the point I made a little bit earlier. I think that That was one of the criticisms, by the way, we did here. If somebody wants to reach a party chairman or trying to reach, a leader in the party, they're calling somebody, can pick up their phone. All that has to do with institution. Now, fortunately, that's one of my strengths. I have experience managing a very large, complex organization with billions of dollars in budget. I worked for a lot of Fortune 500 companies. I've seen how these things work. So I'm bringing some of that knowledge and experience, not only within ANC, but also from outside of ANC managing institutions, which is one of the reasons why I included that specifically in the vision, institutionalized ANC. So let's say, for instance, somebody wants to do a project in Lofa, for instance, and they decide, okay, we're going to build a bridge there in Lofa. The people, town chief say they really need this bridge. It links up to the market. It helps the market women take the market from the farm to the, from to the market. It's going to be very instrumental. So now that president called, message Chairman Gu office. Chairman Gu, I beg, we need some money to build this bridge. I goes, huh. Well, let's see. Do we have the resources, right? So it puts everything under, one or two hands. And normally that's not how, institution should be run. I think we need to make some adjustments. So I think by identifying those program managers locally, okay. By the way, yeah, there will be program manager from the USA and budget officer use it, but they really be working in conjunction with the party officials in Liberia that in all those specific local counties and districts to identify exactly what the people need. And now when they identify what the people need, there are processes of managing things. So we have to make sure that, okay, we've confirmed that the town chief said they need this, or the paramount chief said they need that. So we have to go through those processes we'll put in place. So the local leaders in that district or town confirm, yes, this is what we need. Then we go through a whole management process for that. We evaluate, okay, what's the feasibility? We're going to execute this project. How much does it need? Who can do the work? What's the timeline to the work being completed? Then once we pass through our verification process, then we work with a budget officer to identify the resources, maybe mobilizing Liberians here, maybe who are interested in that specific district from the US. Okay, this project costs $2,000. Okay, can we get 10 people to contribute 200? We get a 2,000. We establish a specific contract where whoever is going to be doing the project and issue proper contract on schedules, make sure things are properly, we're not giving nobody money just to quote unquote do things. We'll make sure we give them bits and pieces. They work, we pay, they work, we pay. We'll make sure things gets done. And then we'll make sure the work is completed before they receive the final payment. So all the system we're going to try to put in place to make sure things are monies are getting properly managed, projects are getting properly executed. The message around communication around the capability of the ANC is being properly disseminated to the public so that people know. They know ANC is qualified. They just want to establish some capability. They want to see, okay, what can ANC do for me so I can have the visualization. Yes, when these people come to power, they're going to be effective.
Okay, I know you are on the run here. Is it fair not to say, Mr. Chairman? It seems to be the political leader, you ask the support of the political leader. So it's just a formality you guys going through now, right?
I'm sorry, come again?
I say, is it fair now to just call you the new chair of the
Well,
diaspora?
we don't believe in white ballots. There are two candidates running, for chairman. So there's mine as well as the other party. So, by the way, it's an open session, so that most of the popular broadcasting media institutions are all going to be there. Nothing is hidden, so we're not hiding anything. So
Okay.
we're going to go through a democratic process voting. There would be, speeches to convince the constituents to vote, and there'll be voting to be counted. We're not hiding anything. We're not trying to be pretending or fake. We're going to go through a democratic process and elect whoever wins tomorrow. But I'm confident that our team will win.
Okay, Leon, you are on the rounds. You need to go do a last and finishing touches. Press the live button to make the argument to be the chair. If you got any opening, my son, we can get party. So
Okay. Yeah, no
I wish
problem.
you
Thank
the
you.
best. I wish you the best of luck. And if it goes well, no matter how it goes, please come back here. Then, when the gavel is in your hand, then we can hold you to your agenda as to how you're going to take ANC. But I want to thank you so much and wish you the best of luck.
My pleasure. Thank you all for the fantastic opportunity, and I'll see you guys soon. Cheers.
Okay, all right. This song, we've been singing this song over and over. They come, they create these cosmetic words, build these marble stones, glass house. Most of them will come and break it down, say they're building new West Wing, tear it down. The preacher man come with the book of King James book and read. The nurses then will come and give some IV, some hard dose of oxycodones and all of that. Some people go to bed and EMS take them. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. In the midst of that, another party tomorrow, a new party coming to be.
There will be plenty.
Yeah. So I think we need a guy. We can fall on a party here too.
Of course.
Yeah, everybody. You don't get a party in that country. You can't get accommodation, or you don't tour. You
No.
don't hear some kind of drama. You can't get. Okay, guys, good evening to welcome. Let's have a conversation. So let's talk a little bit, and then we can get to your Tabata here. ANC, they are meeting here. What what is it's very difficult. So let's just kind of play it a little bit hard.
Hmm.
Will Cummings, will he be presented newly? I like his initial conversation the other day. He was very forceful. He did realize how he was defined by people. And that's the worst thing for you as a politician to allow people to define you. You will remain in that positions of damage control to get things fixed until the game will be all over. Now, the question is, will he stay course? Let's see the new managers that are coming around him. Let's see. Also, he was dancing the other day. That recent video. That it wasn't a video.
I think
It
so.
wasn't video there.
That wasn't a video.
Yeah.
Yeah, politicians can do and that kind of thing. And Obama then ready to be serving people, mute and this and that. Okay, so let me start with you. You are ANC woman, right? You said you were ANC before, right, Koto?
Okay, Mr. So
They ask you a
I
question.
was part of the funding of the formation of the ANC. At the time, I'm not sure they were planning towards political party.
Hmm?
It was an alternative organization at the time. It was not then a political party. So it was what was happening was they were looking for an alternative organization to see where, when I we will be discussing what caused the election to have gone how it was, and why the government was how what it was, and those were issues that was then put together for the formation of the ANC. And me, there was people, majority of the people were from the CDC. They were disenchanted from the election that led to the removal of Solo then. So majority came from that end. And then we had Original Group then who was part of that disenchanted group that came on the side. Then having been a classmate then with the late Geraldine Dole, and her sister Mona, they all invited me to be part of the establishment of the ANC then, and that's how we started the formation. I was there until they were going to the formation of the party and finding a headquarters and all of that. But when it came to finding a political leader and so forth, I wasn't then because by then I have left Liberia and came to the
Okay.
United States. So that
So,
was the part I played in the formation of the ANC then.
but I did hear you saying alternative. So, what was your understanding when you joined them? So, what you think they were doing? Alternative to what? And what was their goal then? You think you
Well,
know?
when I say alternative, we have so many. Like for now, we have a lot of challenges. Okay, that was like what the alternative if this party is by then it was Ellen Johnson that was in power then. If Ellen doesn't perform well, and the those that were coming from the CDC was, what if we are does not stay with that party, we may be able to pull him over. So this whole and pull of like they were just like a group of people, like you have an idea, and that's what politics is all about. You want to share your idea, you are so zealous sharing your idea, and you want for people to come over to see how you guys can normally we can call it in Liberia compare notes and come with the common mind to see how best you can come with come again. Not that it's going to be exactly one man say, but if I'm able to convince my friend of my idea, and then on we go on. But then what we started seeing, it was like, for me, what I started seeing was like, because the other group was disenchanted from the CDC, they were bringing that ideology into the organization, which was
Oh,
not healthy for me.
all
And when
right.
I started seeing things like that, it then was losing its taste, because we were there to discuss, like meeting of the mind, to discuss common issues that affect the nation, the youth. Meaning we're talking about how to make impact on the youth and see what impact we could make to improve their lives. Because
Let me
by then it was when the Zogote I was like stayed in existence, because I started from the war, and it was, even though they were trying to eradicate it, but it was like not well managed. So we
okay.
were
That's
thinking, to
you
see how
very
we can
much.
manage.
Wow.
Let me break in the guys. I just want to get a talk, and it's at your choice if you want to talk about it or you want to jump strictly to your tabata. That's okay. The Liberal Progressive, good evening, to welcome. I was told that you were going to the ANC convention. You didn't go. So ANC guy came on. You deliberate on purpose, decided to leave, and then you sending me a text. Uh, is because Esther is more or less supporting ANC. So this sort of behavior is just not right. But anyway, I know you're embarrassed. I'm saying it now, but you know I want to say it. The Liberal, good evening, welcome, most welcome,
Thank
Terry, welcome. So guys, quickly, like I said, you want to talk about it, that's fine, but it's a news as well.
Why would I want to talk about a party that culture say does not taste well? It's not Tawagi party. Why would do it? Why I want to be party that don't taste the Tawagi? What am I going around that for? The party tastes something palm butter from the southeast, from Boyo country. I don't want that kind of thing. So well, if that's what you want me to talk about, I got nothing to say about that party that don't have no taste. Culture say it doesn't have a taste.
Don't quote me, but then it was not Kuman, so you can judge for yourself.
I'm just saying. You say it doesn't have taste. That's what I'm going by.
I am saying the formation for which the organization was funded was
Oh,
losing
here
its
we go.
taste then. That led to it becoming a political party today.
Okay, all right, whatever.
Ma Esther start calling me fire already. So this night is gonna be a super war.
So, Mr. Collins, what could be the outcome of this, the new birth here? But I said that here when we had comments here, the proliferations of these different branches, friends, diaspora, blah blah. I knew because that's just another device, and everybody would try to push their agenda instead of the institutions' agenda. But hopefully, coming under one roof, we kind of like centralize the functionaries, the authority of the ANC. Terry, what could we see in the coming days after these conventions? Anything new, or we just gonna just same old religious song?
Well, the brother looked promising. He talk about a lot of things, even though he looked promising, but he don't look like a winner of the chairman position. So I don't want to because he's in the dark, speaking from the darkness and all the kind of thing. He's not. Yeah,
Oh,
but
Terry,
you know,
come
you
on.
see,
The man
the other
drive
the
it.
lady,
You ain't gotta-
this
Why
fact
you?
said, I'm subjective. You understand it?
Oh,
But I'm objective.
another doctor. Doctor, you subjected now to.
She said, she said
Wow.
that I'm subjective because I gave my analysis from a balanced perspective, even though I did not say Mr. Cummings cannot win the election. That is on subjective opinion. And they are more subjective because they got one way something they support Mr. Cummings. So all the analysis will be subjective. So, but they say we who giving a balanced opinion, telling them that it's possible Mr. Cummings can win if you use SYZ principle. They say we are subjective. But however, Mr. So, can this yield to any major turn for them? It's possible. Again, I want to be objective. It's possible
That's
based
subjective.
upon the political team that I'm going to see that they're going to put together in the diaspora. But I still have concerns. And one of my concerns happened to do with I wanted to ask the brother if he know the full membership of the diaspora ANC. If he knows the full membership, what is the capacity, the membership of the diaspora ANC? Number two, are they going to depend on Mr. Cummings' money again to fuel the ANC agenda with all these brilliant ideas? You understand? So, and what are the plans for the for the Liberian ANC? What are the plans going forward? You know, those are some of the questions I wanted to ask. But I think there's a possibility they can change the trajectory. But I want to see the leadership from the diaspora to vet the leadership and see whether if they have the calisthenics, you know, like Jefferson Koji would say.
Oh my God. Where you coming from tonight? Get ready now, Israel.
Oh God.
What a
Oh,
time
but
time
Mr.
now.
Simba, you see,
But
Mr. Simba, you so
I wouldn't want that when you use that language, now, then bring us the other one now.
Wow.
yeah, so that's it,
This
Mr. So
subjective, all those. Oh my God.
Okay, let's go
are they
to
feeding in the people words, Mr.
These
Sigbe?
are
It's not my word. These are all these innuendos from the
Mr.
political dynamics in Liberia. So I just taking pinpoint from there and chunking it in there.
So,
okay.
Mr. So, let me
From the political dynamics in Liberia. So I just taking pinpoint from there and chunking it in there.
all right. So, Mr. So, let me somebody mic is not somebody mic.
Somebody microphone
Yeah.
can
Right here.
Mr. So, thank you. I think this is
You coming
wonderful.
to again?
Excuse me?
You coming to again?
I'll tell you, Mose.
Oh, you are
Yeah,
the first person, Mr. So ask question.
Jian said, well, I'll tell you. I beg you.
Oh,
Yeah.
we'll just sit down be with you.
Yeah, I wonder you
He
sit down. You
is-
sit down.
This guy, he's looking for unnecessary attention here tonight.
Mr.
I
So,
know.
can I make my point? Can I make my point,
No,
please?
hold on. A good it came from in your own house, and that's what I
Mr. So, can I make my point? Don't stand on what come from my house to come and stand on it to make a hill out of a molehill or whatever, ant hills, whatever it is.
You
Please.
see, you were out here, we're having a very.
But Mr. So, may I make
Hold
my
on one
point?
second. Hold on one second. You were given the opportunity, and you threw your monkey wrench here, and we all took it. We never said anything.
No. That was just a prelude. That was just a sidebar. But let me say this. Terry, when we come to these positions, when the liberals speak and claim to be the political guru, I want you to watch this again on a very serious note. Yesterday, we were out here. You brought up the issue about the building being built in Foya, and you were wondering how these people are going to explain. And I told you, it's just a matter of time and the explanation going to come. Did you watch Costa today? He said that you're nonsense, you're doing your building over there, you're not bring it to the old man. Did he not? That is going to be the talking point. The papier know about it. who building over there that I told you there were going to be explanations, Terry. I just want you to these little things happen from time to time. This is going to be the talking point. They're going to now remove. Costa has spoken. They're going to now remove President Baka from this. You know what I'm going with this. But anyway, I just want to bring that up. Mr. So, what I heard from this young man, I believe there's going to be an election tomorrow, and maybe he's participating in the electoral process tomorrow for ANC. But he sounds ridiculous. The ANC is supposed to be building bridges now for people. Their ability having some sort of a competition. And if you heard what he said, we have people over there in your county when you want to build bridge. That your job to build bridge. The bridges are supposed to be built in the Republic of Liberia. That ANC job, the one you coming to power for, come to power, and then once you become a president, you will have the full weight of the government on your side. Now, chicken factory you're building over there, call it bridges and things. Those are the kind of thing you want to come here, come pronounce on our show. Ridiculous, Mr. So.
He was not saying they were building bridge. He said, just for example, if the building bridge or
you shouldn't even make no example.
But
well,
Once you make example, you don't come and make example that up here that example place to make example. Good thing he left before my system was doing good and you know.
No,
It's
you
Friday.
left on purpose. I'm not going to dignify you. You left on purpose because of your hate. You just want to have your way. So we're not going to talk. Let me go to Moses. Moses?
yes, sir.
Yeah, what you gather from my Leon, and what could possibly be the outcome of this convention that could change the narrative?
Well, first of all, good evening, everyone. And let me just say that I always said and will continue to say that the political parties, so-called political parties in Liberia, are not really political parties. The individual interest group, and if you believe in the individual, in that individual, you bring your own interests and see if it fits into the pot, and you go in the pot. You ask her to a simple question as to whether she was one of the persons involved in creating the ANC, and she went all around the bush. Well, went to Lufa River, St. Paul, all of that. She still didn't answer that she was part of building ANC. What she said that really baffles me is that it was an alternative to what? She never explained. And that's how this party was funded. When you ask them, your alternative party to what? If you're alternative, that means you want to replace something that is there. So you have to build yourself to be able to replace that thing. You can't just say our alternative, but we want to see what happens. No, you got to work on putting yourself in a position to be an alternative to something that's already existed that is not working. That's why I understand alternative to be. So let me be subjective, generally relevant. So my thing here is this. And listening to Mr. Mensah, you know, I think that people are playing on our people ignorance. And the aftermath of the Civil War, where 80% of the people who are in a country don't understand civility or democracy or understand, and they haven't been taught that. So people are just taking advantage of our people. When you come here and say, if ANC want to, he control billions of dollars of company here and this and that, rest of it. You listen, my brother, that's not what we're talking about. If you're going to build a political party, you don't have to come on the air to build a political party. You build a political party, stand for something, and have your manifesto, your vision, to be able to present to the people, and not always look to be reactive or to respond to the failure of the other political parties. But what we find here is the main thing is saying, oh, if we want to build bridges, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and that's that, around this, like that. You want to tell me you will build bridges in all 15 counties? How sustainable is that? You can't go to Lofa and build one bridge, and you say you leave Sando County alone, then you say you want to develop the country. You got to wait until you get there. You have to have a vision. When you get there, then you start doing it basically as to how it will develop and how you can sustain it to be able to be beneficial to the entire population, not just a particular county in a particular place. So my thing here is that how long can these people sustain these things? We keep hearing ANC, and the only name that's coming with ANC is Cummings. We hear Unity Party now. Unity Party, when they talk about Barker coming back, when Barker said he was only running for one term, and people continue to say that. So for me, and they say we are coming back, but we are recently the picture I saw. I don't know if he can stand up strong enough to even come back tomorrow. If the election are here tomorrow, we
That
are
trouble you cause into
election,
now.
we are still walking.
You're putting us in trouble tonight.
No, but it's the truth. So who will be doing that? It's just the people who.
The man you saw, the man dancing in a church. They say he
the
can
people
walk.
that want to dance that the man dance small. You said that? That the president you want? That the president you want? So
You not
Okay.
see you haven't seen
Gentlemen, gentlemen.
let me end this by saying that on a serious note, we really need to start training our political parties to make sure that they're meeting the yardstick that you can measure and bring them up to a political party. For right now, I don't think we have any genuine political parties in Liberia.
Okay, all right. That's how we do. We allow people to express their views and their opinion. Thank you so much. Let's shift gear to what is happening inside Liberia. Some of the news making headlines from your end. Most Keto, the link is already out there, so don't play the internet that you don't have.
Oh, and I called their name again, and I said the man said,
Get that on your back. Boy.
I wanted him to come.
Yeah, and Mr. So, I just wanted to throw a little light on what Mr. Sigbe said. Am I?
Okay, let's hear you.
Yeah, and I really want to say Mr. Sigbe is right with some of what he said, and this is where for me, when people were coming up with name of alternative, my question was, what alternative? And those were my questions I was asking. And then strictly, what their mind was, forming political party. The next thing, finding political leader. And those things were not the base. You needed to set a base before forming a political party. And when I said it lost its taste, that's what I was talking about. There was no base. Set a base, form the organization. I mean, let it function properly before you start, extending to another level. But that wasn't it. And that's why you see it is the way it is. Because if you anything that is just not formed properly will have difficulty standing. And it still extend with the level ANC is, because it wasn't formed properly. And I just thought I could throw this light on what he said.
Okay, let's get things. Let's shift gear and see what is happening. News making headlines from your end. Terry, let's hear you. What's the present issue here this evening?
Well, there are so many issues going on in the country, and I've seen them scattering all over the place. Every day there is some kind of thing going on. And Liberia is just a case study. But I was looking at the president bill that he submitted to the House. I don't know what kind of bill is that. To ban harmful cultural practices in Liberia. And, the President Barker has submitted to the legislature for rectification an act to ban harmful cultural practices in Liberia. It's a rectification. So I don't understand what in the act that they want to rectify and what kind of practices So in Pacific, I seen here the act is supported by the African Union Convention on Ending Violence Against Women and Girls and Concession and Access Agreement. So it's executed between the government of Liberia and Ivanhoe, Liberia. So I don't know, but yeah. So what kind of a harmful cultural practices they're talking about? They're talking about female mutilation. Are they talking about all these things? Can he effectuate that and expect to win the elections? So I was pondering over this and I was thinking, where did Bill Reddy came from for the president to enact? I thought you would be fighting to enact laws like some kind of bill for Nati Kofa is trying to put on the floor, wherein they want to at least put $15 million in the budget. I think this is the first time for Nati Kofa put something that sound that I can support him for. And this is where we become objective again, and people don't recognize that, but it's okay. So Fonati Kofa is saying he wants us to pay people school fees because the country is hard, to pay people school fees and also some people rent based upon if they can qualify based upon the devastating conditions. And I think regardless Fonati Kofa is in the opposition, this bill Fonati is pushing. I think that's supposed to be the bill that the president will be putting forth. Then they'll be talking about ending harmful, I don't understand what the bill is really driving at, but I think we need to focus on the major issues and intricacies involving our people rather than trivial matter. I thought that was a concern.
So basically, if you look at the central point there, COFA is trying to project for GOL, government to provide social services like what we see here, certain people with certain income, government giving
Yeah.
assistance. Okay, so Liberal,
Yes.
the Reverend questions the president's bill and it's still unclear. You want to help me out?
Well, one thing I know for sure, it's not going to pass. And even if they try, they're not going to succeed. Sometimes I can be wondering as to whether Africa, the entire continent, is a curse. As to whether as far as we're concerned, Africa, we have nothing. The people come and chip away our culture. Don't get me wrong. I'm not for what some other practices in Liberia, like the women issues. But the point is, when you go into a society, if a society does not have a base, cultural base, you are completely dead. Anybody can come in and penetrate whatever it is that you're doing, understand, destabilize you. They came, we have our false god that is made from tree, that is made from dirt, clay. We pray to it. They say, no, we got to go Christian. We say, okay, and bring Jesus, Mary, and Joseph clay, the same kind of clay. They say, we want to pray to that is clay they got. They came up and this, and I have no question. I know there's a higher God that I pray to every night. I know that. But when you come to a place and say this thing you're practicing is not a good deal, follow our lead. This is what we have. Within the next 100, years, there will be no more Quran spoken anywhere. It's going to be gone. English. Go look at Africa. We're all divided. I mean, the entire continent. They got German over there. The German was in Ethiopia. Look all over West Africa alone. You go next door to Africa. They're speaking French. We're speaking English. I got my cousin over there when we're ready to talk. The only time we're talking is seeing our dialect. But when I leave from Vande, when I see them across the river, like you, if I want to talk to them, we speak English. Why can't we practice something like the late President Tubber was trying to do to Hapele? so that everybody will have one language. And this is what we're doing. The thing the president put in for, it's not going to pass because the traditional leaders, even from his own county, they will resist it.
They resist it big
They
time.
will resist it because it's a culture based society. We have a water right there behind our town, total. People can't eat fish. The people, other strangers against their culture there, not for all will eat the fish. They wipe all the fish out. So this is the kinds of stuff that is still happening. They're not gonna pass it. So I think the President Baka wants to show that these types of the thing that the international community are frying on, that indeed he's pushing it, and he got a way out because most likely he's gonna say, hey, the culture, the people say no, and they're not gonna take it. But that's besides. That's what I want to say on that. But Mr. So let me say this as well. Um, I've been saying here that there are those that are within the government that are not listening to President Wakai. Now, then you would say, why he's not firing them? I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. But there are certain things that is happening within the government.
Why you don't know how to answer?
Mr. So, may I make my point, please? I'm
Ask
not
me,
on the way.
we're having just say I can't answer.
I
Simple.
just don't know how to answer it. I don't know the answer because I don't know them. They don't know me. So let me go on. When you saw up to this time the prosecution of those people that they said President Baka is on record. He's on record of saying that we will go after those who rape Liberian resources, stole money. If you know up to this time there's nothing, then you come and say it publicly. Speak to the Liberian people. We thought people stole money, but nobody steal any money. So there's nowhere gonna go, and then we move on. But you can't have her hanging like that. And at the time when we were hanging on those languages, campaigning around here, oh, this president going to prosecute those who will be found guilty. You go after yellow, yellow, and that's it. That all we got. It's more
Okay.
than that. So, and these are kinds of stuff that I think. And let me just speak to ANC and the other political party issues,
30 seconds, please.
please. Yeah, sure. ANC, when they say ANC, National Alternative Congress or whatever it is, it's second to CDC. If it were to be war and they say war coming, they will all run. ANC will all run to Sakamo Tree because that's where they belong, and Sakamo Tree will protect them because they're their own. They can't come to Unity Party. They can't go to Chancellor Party. They will run back to CDC. So all of these flagages they're having around here, they're just for nothing. They're sedition with blueberry. Let's put it that way.
Moses,
Yes, thank you.
you agree with me?
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm just,
Do you agree with them? The analysis here?
well, part and parcel. Honestly, when we talk about, Terry brought this up and talking about bill being introduced in Liberia. But for me, post-war, there are a lot of pressing things that need to be talked about. We're talking about creating social services. 80% of people, 99% of people live in poverty. If you pass the Fanati Kofa bill, who is it going to accommodate? Who is not going to accommodate? Just a handful of people that are there. I think some of the things, and then we're talking about cultural heritage. I mean, it is so ingenuine to say that. I was looking at something today and they talk about Burkina Faso. Do you guys know there's a special place in Burkina Faso where the alligator live? The people live among the alligator? Can you imagine people just going there and say we want to eradicate all the alligator because we think it's harmful. When those people can walk in the streets with the alligator don't touch them. In Burkina Faso, can you imagine doing that? Things that people live on for centuries, you want to just eradicate it? When you talk about the violence against women, that is already identified. There's a bill that's already there. The rape bill. They can expand that to really do some thorough investigation with not this fiasco that going on. The man, deputy minister, is alleged that he did this, and he's not been picked up. The other man, grand jury, soon as they said they went top hit the man, locked the man up, and dragged the man, beat the man in the street. We're talking about equal justice. Justice denied by one person is justice denied to everybody. I think the focus here should be on creating a sustainable government that will operate and be accountable and transparent. I can come up with so many bills in that regards, other than coming up with these kind of bills just to say you want to introduce a bill. And I'm only saying this because some of us have had the opportunity to work in some areas. You introducing bill, you want to introduce a bill that is for the greater good of all, not for certain people, not to cover certain people. So I'm telling you, I don't know some of the bills that have been introduced in the House or in the Senate. I see people there fighting every day. Recently, they had a fight in the House. The Senate come up and said this. And the Senator Edwin Snow come up and say, "Oh, they call Cummings short, but the president shorter than Cummings." Now the kind of thing you guys focusing on. It's just it is mind-boggling because the so-called international community, the people that we call our partners, are watching these things. And we that are educated sit down and we rather want to support it because we want to appease people. And say it's okay for this person to say, but it's not okay for the other person to say this. It's okay to do this, and it's not okay for the other person to do it. And there has to be something. So for me, this thing is just another merry-go-round trying to build things to distract people's minds. You know, and since Carter talk about meeting of the minds, a lot of people don't sit down and talk about meeting of the minds to see what they want to come up to with a consensus. Everyone putting their own agenda on the floor. And they got to go and circumvent somebody else, or they got to create enemies somewhere else to make their interest heard. That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. There are people right now.
Thank you so much.
Second. There are people right now, and I have evidence for that. As a security person, there are people right now in Liberia, because of the change in the minister of the minister of presidential affairs. There's people now impersonating as the minister of state and asking people to give them money so that when they reshuffle count, they can get positions. It's happening right now. I have evidence. And I'm not. You see, people say you're security man, you tall, your thing, you can put everything else out. It has to go outside so we can start educating our people. These are
my knee on that list. The reshuffle. I prepare my resume.
You see, people using the opportunity and say, "Oh, they come and reshuffle the government. I know this person, I know that person. Send me $2,000, send me $3,000. We'll make sure we appoint you." Why do you think that's happening? Because we don't have the media of the mind of our people within those offices to say, this is the process, this is the procedure. We're going to vet people. We got 10 men vetting team that every application should go through.
Moses, those are the elements of the rescue mission.
Why would you want to tie that against the rescue mission? The rescue mission is here to rescue. So you come on your platform, open your show with everything bad about the rescue mission and what have you. We
No,
know you don't
no.
have to agree with us, but what we will not allow you
It's
to
not
do.
your time.
No,
I will
but
be
Mr.
coming to
So,
you.
Mr. So,
Okay, wait
why
for
were
your
you? Why were
turn.
you? Okay, then
Mr.
talk good about
Toe,
the
I don't know
rescue.
Mr.
who
Toe,
are you make we. You not know you're not Francis Galawano on this network here. Don't be taking people we nobody you here. So
That's the
yeah.
boat chair. That's the boat chair.
I'm the
Oh,
boat chair. I'm the boat chair.
okay. Now the boat here has been
that
contained.
rescue, well, rescue 3 was so called.
Let me come to Control, you spoke on this here?
Rescue 3, rescue
No,
3,
not yet.
Okay,
10-4.
okay. Right. Let's fit
Not yet.
we try to here. Let me bring King home
But
here.
Mr. So, I don't understand what's this echo coming on from tonight.
Somebody fire people. Somebody like who
Uh, Mr.
What
So,
want to be yourself? Let me see what I. Okay, okay. Go ahead, Carter. Let's see. Carter, go ahead.
yeah, I have serious problem with the bill that the president had passed or put forth to the legislature.
Introduce it, Pastor.
Reason is
I don't know
I
what
you
background
still
noise.
have problem.
Yeah, I don't know what. It's
I'm
something.
muted, so it's not from my end.
I don't have anything on here.
I don't know why.
They come from a end. We know that. Move on. That you don't want to start in your own trouble here tonight.
Go ahead, Carter.
Okay, I see him or I heard that he's sending a bill to the legislature concerning uh, banning cultural practices. And I have been one of those speaking against this. And when you talk about cultural practice, this is something that some of us benefited from. And when you ask them, those are advocating for the banning or the destruction of this cultural practice. When you ask them, they never give you a good reason. I'm in a nursing era, okay? For a typical example, you say it's harmful. How many cases can you tell me that the people are being affected with? Let me compare it because for me, I like to deal with data when it comes to those kind of things. Let me compare the cases with people who have gone through the case that you call cultural substance or cultural practice that is harmful to those that have not gone through such a cultural practice. And let me compare the data and see whether they go through the same problem or not. Have they done that? No. I'm in a nursing field. I have dealt with women that is being affected because of this cultural practice. And we see many of them have given natural and beautiful birth without complications. But here we see women that have not gone through such a practice. They have having children with serious complications. So what's your data to prove? For me, that's what I will be looking at. But you can't come and say the people culture they have been living with from time immemorial, and you come and say you should stop it. What are you doing to them? That's their lifestyle. Like I heard Mr. Toll saying, these people have been living their life like this and they have been peaceful all along because you do not want to see their practice, you call it harmful practices. And here we see all of the practices they call harmful is being practiced here and it's been endorsed here. You see, people say, okay, for my example, I come from the Loma group. We go to Sunny Bush and we have our identity. And those are identity that have that identify with us in the culture. That yes, this we are part of this culture. And that's why identify us with that culture. And you're telling me it's harmful. But we see people doing tattoo here and accept it. Almost everybody you see here with tattoo. You are not complaining about that. But because a man in Africa has his practice and that his identity, then you call it harmful. I think
Okay.
it's not an issue that even the president should be putting forth. They haven't gone for any convention to discuss with the people in the various counties to see what, why, or if they have impact or they have effect of these issues. How many guys that you see die when they go to Sunday Bush? Can you give me a number of them to say, okay, there are so many guys are dying, so we are going to ban the practice?
I don't think
Okay. So
So
now
I mean,
one.
so yes, I'm against it.
You know, honestly, no,
You
but
don't
that's
go
what
and ban back if you want
Some,
17 to modernize it. Yes, the people will be taught to modernize what is being done, but you cannot eradicate it.
some people here got the 1 year got almost 15 hole in it.
Exactly.
so
They-
okay, hold on, hold on.
That's their cultural
all
Yeah.
their
practice. That's
all
their
the girls
identity.
of two no they all got hole in it.
And
They don't
here,
think I
then
want
you
it.
accepting what they call a gay life here,
Liberal,
which is
Trump will
more
come for you,
harmful.
Daniel.
No, we have to put it
Trump,
these things all before them to discuss it. Why will you accept that? Then you want to discredit our culture.
Okay.
It's
So
not right.
so that liberal.
Yeah.
With all of you seem to be waving the white flag, running away from your own shadows. So this sort of concept, this narrative being pushed into traditional and this, that, are we still within the corridor of being traditional? Now it's coming from the traditional guy who is the president. How do you reconcile that?
No. Look, the president is a very smart politician. There's no question asked. This particular issue is the pressure is coming from the international community. The
Exactly.
president, the
I
president.
don't know.
Well, I can let me speak my own.
Y'all doing one at a time, please.
So
Okay.
the president most likely will put it up and it's going to be rejected. And you say, I done my part. The people know democracy. He's an
Okay.
executive. He sent it to the legislature. The people they say, we can't pass that kind of thing. Then what? The president have done his job. So it's not about the president, and it's not about the president trying to dictate what should happen in a country. He's going through the regular constitutional process, and it's left with the people representative to pass it or not to pass it. Now, those who are look, don't get me wrong. There are some act in certain culture that perhaps we can say perhaps we need to modernize or whatever it is. But the issue with Liberians, I think you heard Honorable DB here the day before, where he was comparing people from the other section, other part of Grand Gita to the other one. He said, "Oh, other people, you can't just get and go do something in their area, specifically Quinamo people." He said they got culture. He said the people understand exactly. If there's a confusion among them, the Quinamo people go to their culture and they bring the devil outside. You can't resist that. Those are culture. This is how our folks used to live to maintain peace in the community. Now you go from this. What happened to the devil? Because they call it devil now, we're not dance again. You can't come to America, get a degree, and go back and say you're practicing something. Keep your degree here. When we go there, we do our devil dancing, our business. Keep your money.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. Okay. This is
Well,
something you want to. Moses, you say what?
you know, if the Reverend not going to talk anyone, let me stay out of this one. Let me just say something quick. You see, and you know, Liberal said something that really triggered me when he said that maybe the message is coming from outside of Liberia. If that's the case, we have leaders who stood for their people. In what's her name? President Tubman, when he challenged the JFK during his last visit here, in 1962, I think, before he was assassinated in 63. The same thing with Tubman. He challenged UNIT to meet his demise because there were things they wanted to impose on Liberia that Tolbert stood for when he made his last presentation at the UN. And from that time, he never came until he was assassinated. There were people who did that before. And if someone tells you something that is really befitting for your country, it's your responsibility as the leader to represent your people and explain to them. You don't take it. So I would not take it as people from the outside just told President Barker, and he went and presented it so that it could go through before the see this and that, rest of it like that. And I don't want to accept that he would do something like that. He's smart enough not to do that. He's a leader. He's in the leadership not to do that. It's just mind-boggling for me, and I understand what culture is saying. She's passionate about it, and she has all right to be. But my understanding of this, when they say cultural, they're talking about everything that comes culturally. I'm not going to put it to just that one thing, because if you affect one, you're affecting all. If you want to do anything when we talk about culture, then put everything in there. Put all the thing in the tobagi, the berabo, you're cooking berabo tobagi, you put the bunny inside, you put the fisa prupigi inside, you put the dormi inside, you put all that stuff inside. So if you talk about culture,
you put dormi in the tobagi, then I tobagi.
No, I ain't say tabadu.
You said dormi.
No, I didn't say dormi. How come nobody heard me say dormi, but who are you?
Okay.
So everything that has to do with culture,
why Mr.
everything that has to do with culture will be in this bill.
Why Mr. Silver don't want me to speak to the issue?
Huh?
I got an opinion to on the issue, Mr. Silver.
No, I know you were coming for your biblical thing. I know, but I just want to say my own friend.
Jerry.
But he says I need to stay out of this.
Jerry?
Yeah?
He's speaking. He's talking about it's not a liberal.
I think somebody need to mute. I think we need to mute.
I don't know what it sounds. Somebody playing something. Something is open. That's where that echo is coming from. You see?
If we have another
if you're watching, if you're monitoring, then you gotta do it. But tell that break you. He's saying it. I mean, he's not a moderator, so I don't know why he doesn't want to speak. It was
CEO, I think it comes from you because every time you talk, that's when it stops.
No.
Well, I think Sis Carter need to mute. Maybe once you mute them, it will be all right when we're speaking. Each person mute.
Let me see what I. You give me 1 second. Let me get everybody off. I hope tonight is Friday. Other people not boiling some kind of thing around their egg game. Let me just get off 1 second and see whether I will get an echo here because it's kind of a little bit annoying. Let's see here. I think that everything is okay for me. I'm not hearing no sound. Let's see. Let's bring in Koto. Koto, are you there? Your mic is muted. You want to unmute it? Let me see. Okay, I think it's a little bit coming from you. Okay, can you unmute? Can you mute that? Let's see. Let's see back. Okay, Terry, the Reverend, are you there?
Okay. I'm here.
You know, Friday night, too much I think can go on, and so we know some people what did I do Friday night. So who knows? One of those.
I got to excuse myself, Mr. Soul.
Mr. Soul.
Oh,
yeah, I have to excuse myself. It's Friday evening.
Are we invited?
What invite you for what?
No, but where before you go, let Terry speak to that. Terry, you still gonna no, don't go to that. You can't just walk away. You can't talk about people listen to it, then you really see you're gonna go with point to night. Let point the house fire service will come and put it on so don't come out of this emergency here tonight you want me. Terry, let's hear you.
Or the smoke detector will solve that problem. But I'm not really against the bill. The only thing I'm against trying to use law to get people to compel people against their will. In Christianity, we don't use force to get people to force them against their will. And if you using the force of the government by law, that means you making law to compel the people against their will. That is what I have problem with. That is why in Christianity we preach to people to convince them to serve God. We don't compel them. We don't force them. If they refuse, the people go about doing their normal business. But when you bring in a law, you bring in a law to bind the people against their will. And even biblical, God himself is against that. That's number one. Number two is that there are other stressing issues in the country. There are so many things in the country. People can't afford their daily needs. Why you can't look at the school system? All right. Why you can't pay people school fee? The legislature get too much money, they're just wasting all over the place. Why you can't put forth a bill that will say, okay, we will pay the children's school fee, all government or public schools, all those that go into public schools will pay your school fee from kindergarten to 12th grade, or from kindergarten to 9th grade, or from kindergarten to 6th grade. That will help to alleviate the stress on the people's mind. But you put in a bill that have nothing to do with a trickle-down effect on the people. How does that make sense? So that's where I'm standing from. That's where I'm coming from. Yeah, I just wanted to say that.
Okay.
Mr. So, this is the difference between those of us that support this rescue train, specifically President Baka and non-unity party. We have the ability to see if something is not right for us. We will speak to that. Walter Carter and his and Aaron Blackplayer and the rest of the folks, and Breakable and all those people, they will not come out and say what CDC have done is not right, or what CDC is trying to do is not in the interest of the people. This is the true sense of support. If you're going to support, you must be truthful. But if you lie to the people that need us, you say, oh, Blaku, you fine, man, everything fine. Then you are not a supporter. You are a destroyer of your party. And this is exactly what is happening with CDC, Mr. So I just want to point that out.
Okay. All right, there's a new party tomorrow. Probably you guys have heard that. Liberian Alternative People's Party, LAPP.
Where did I want to come from again?
Any of you guys remember this party?
No. Never heard of it.
Terry, are you providing any spiritual counsel, liberal? You're involved, so you should know about this party. You get LP, something sit inside.
Maybe another break away from Liberty Party or something.
Okay, they're going to be having a convention tomorrow.
I think I heard about them before.
Let them pay some offering, then we'll see what to do.
Oh,
So Mr. Blama George, we understand is
Mr. So put that list back on. Let's see the names, please.
What's this?
Are these Liberians? Do they have birth certificate from Liberia?
where are you coming from? Birth certificate from Liberia?
You said you need to share your birth. You said you need to share your birth, so we need to know where you're from too.
I know.
If I'm from Liberia, how you coming fire? If I'm coming from Liberia, how can you name me fire?
Oh, fire them from Guinea.
Yeah, and from Mali.
Who know where there's a fire graduate and came to say car and he left the car run away.
Is Mr. Sigbe really from Lofa County?
No,
is Mr. Sigbe really from Lofa?
No, he's from Lofa, but he Loma man. So he and the foyer people.
Mr. Sigbe too similar to be from Lofa County. He too Congo oriented. He too Congo to be.
We've been saying to Julian Sigbe.
Why would you say that? Yeah.
1980, we've been telling you and say we different on picking. You're not part of all. I'm part of you.
I
I'm
lived
back
in
on
the
it.
farm. I went to the farm with my 10 toes on the ground. I used to
Mm,
go in the morning and come back. All that stuff, I did it.
mm,
And you want to tell me you never ate great weed? You
mm.
My
never
man,
ate great weed?
the old man and the Zodian don't say they eat glade weed. Where
Uh,
you coming from?
uh,
Uh,
That the Bassa people they can eat
Even
glade weed
even
alive.
dog was not even exposed in the town.
They were
They
never
went
exposed
out of
to it.
the town to eat dog. It wasn't exposed.
No.
that the culture now, the people want to
That's
take
only the
away from
culture that
us.
was changed.
Yeah, that's
That
they
was
don't
the
want to
culture
see
that
that.
We the lover people say we said no. Then we
That
that was secret.
the
no,
Bassa people eat the Bassa.
beside it being secret, this is the culture that the people have lived with, the way of life. That's how they relate to one another. And coming in to just destroy it, and now that's what happening.
My brother,
In
nobody.
my era,
But
when
you know,
I even if I
let me say this.
one day older than somebody or the person is one day older than me, I don't stand to shake their hand.
No.
I have to bow to shake their hand. But you
Yes.
see, all of these things starts to eradicate.
But
Yeah.
let me tell you
It's still
what the
happening
law.
today.
Let me say what
Yeah,
the
it
law.
still
It's still
happens.
happening.
When I go to my family people, I will not stand to shake their hands.
Oh yes. It's still
No.
going today.
Once they older than me, one day say older than me, I don't stand to shake your hand. I will have to buy to shake your hand. But we're saying now all of these things are
But
eradicating.
you know what the
And
law
that's why
coming
you see
from,
the
right? You know
disrespect is
what
all around.
you know what
That's what
There was
pursued this law?
nowhere you should speak to somebody who is older than you, even a day. You
This
shouldn't.
law too. The law is being pushed. Remember Donald Trump? They eating our dog. They eating our cat.
I really don't like the
You
politics
remember
on
that? You remember that? You remember that rule? What Donald Trump was saying?
But it wasn't the African.
No, but
You
that
know
is
who are
true
doing
now.
that?
That one coming down to us.
It wasn't the African then.
well, not Donald Trump. It was his vice president who said that in Ohio.
Well, they say they point their finger on
And they
again.
repeated it. And the vice president who said, but on a
So,
serious note,
Mr. So, let me bring out another
it.
topic here, if you don't mind. And
Yeah, yeah. I just don't like the background thing. Where you coming from tonight? Where you from?
you're not having a good night tonight. I feel bad for you, and I hope. What is he?
Koto, just mute yourself for a minute, Koto.
So, with the show over? It
You see,
over.
we're not hearing that noise in the background now.
The show is over. Let me make my point, Mr. So.
Except maybe the cars passing by, but that's the
But
only
then
thing.
close your windows.
You don't want to tell the one how to.
You know, look at the window too.
No window open.
Say we ain't changed it for me. Say we're still the same. Say we, my goodness.
Okay. You've been talking. You talk about the independence.
But let me make my point before whoever it is can come in.
Oh,
So yeah,
that's Somali you talking to.
I say whoever.
You wait a minute. Who what?
I say let me make my point so JJC can talk. So the point here, Mr. So, look, let's take things serious a little bit. The Unity Party and President Baga, the people are not following his lead. We heard today that this guy from El Salvador is not going to be deported to Liberia, with the government of Liberia agreeing to it. Of course, they have no choice having Donald Trump in power.
Is that true?
Huh?
Is
Yeah.
that true?
The government have already accepted. If you don't agree with Donald Trump request for the next 4 years, you're gonna be somewhere else, and Liberia cannot afford to be on the bad side of Donald Trump. But what I thought would have happened was instead of them to make this the conversation that is in the government from the government side is like we are patriotic, not only patriotic, but we are human rights people. And so we're doing this here because we love people and we like for people to be free. They're not the same government that sent our Guinea boy back to Guinea midnight.
Which
They are coming.
government now?
This government here. They're
Call
not
the
the same.
government in.
The President Baga government. They're not the same President Baga government that being accused of sending that little boy back to Guinea. That now you're coming here, Unity Party coming here, can't tell us say the human right people. What human right? What human right? What they needed to do, we all agree that you cannot oppose Donald Trump at this time, especially if you are a beggar like Liberia is. You cannot afford to have any kind of bad rap with Donald Trump. Once he single you out on within the next 4 years, you're done. So I do agree with that because Liberia need help. But don't take this to tell Liberians or tell the world we're doing it because we are a lover of human rights. Then you are being disingenuous. You are being completely intellectually dishonest. And this is what get to me. You just few months ago, you sent a little boy back to Guinea.
So okay. What you're saying is Unity Party they're doing it or what?
Yeah, Unity Party government, not President Baga himself.
Huh?
That's what I say.
Dr. Mata, good evening.
Yeah, how are you, sir?
We love
I know we are in the
Right neck like that though.
Our CEO,
Mr.
we need to be very mindful here. We need to be doing some fact checking here.
What is the fact checking?
We can't allow people to just come here and be releasing information here. We got to be doing some fact checking. Yes, because some of the information that are filtering out now, you need to take the initiative to fact check them.
All right, so you fast check it, just let us know where we went wrong.
No, everybody need to fast check it. We cannot afford to pay the price. We cannot afford to pay the price for wrong information on this platform.
What's the wrong information?
The man who left up for almost 6-7 months, now he coming here and come club of fact checking.
The information Mr. Joe just released, it need to be fact check.
Okay, fact checking.
What
information?
Which information?
The man just spoke to you about the person that you are going to Liberia. The man spoke to you about so many things right now. Even the issue of the Guinean, it's not in the newspaper. I have never seen that.
The Guinean being sent back to Guinea.
Executive Marshal website. So I'm challenging that information seriously.
The Guinean being sent back to Guinea. You never heard that before?
I'm not talking about her. I said, what are the facts?
You never read that in any of the newspaper from Liberia?
No.
Okay, then go do more reading. You're a
No,
very
I don't
good
have to go do
researcher.
more reading.
But you said you're going to fact check, and the only way you can fact check is to do a research, and you're very good at that. You got PhD in researching.
So what are your sources?
You go check it out.
No, I'm not checking it out. I
don't
don't want extra burden be placed on the CEO for damages here.
Yeah.
You're right.
Now you know CEO, the man you left for almost 6 months. That now you know him. And now you know him.
Wait a minute now.
What?
Mr.
You're supposed to be a co-host. You're supposed to be a co-host.
No,
you left him for
Mr.
almost
Cho.
6. If it were not for
Listen
me,
to me.
if it were not for me, Junior, Segways, Terry, and Kotu, they nightly coming here to be on the CEO show, the CEO will be alone. That now you know him.
Libra.
Now you know.
Libra, they're not found to market road business here we're talking about. It's a professional business.
Okay, guys. Look, let's have a last pitch.
Labour
I give up.
Musa Benedict Bush contract. Dr. Mali, Labour has taken Musa Benedict Bush contract.
Oh yeah.
But you
There's
know
no more
what?
farm to market road.
No, but I'm very surprised now to see well-educated people lining up, singing Musa Benedict's song, forgetting that one of the main fundamental agenda is to Islamicize this country.
Yeah, we go. Now we're gonna fact check you. Now we're gonna fact check you now.
We'll go to that some other day. But I'm telling you, that is one of the fundamental objectives of ability. We gotta be very mindful. And I'm surprised the man is running around the well-educated Liberians. Have you forgotten Ademir disaster past? Thank you.
So, what are the signs for how you got to this point? Huh? What are,
Why the way he dressed it like some kind of Dracula show.
you see the old man here? You see the old man here to next Friday. He's doing everything possible to disrupt the thing because his time is fast spent here.
You think he come with a cross. With a cross, so you can demonize, take all the demon out of our system. That's why you can't dress like that. You cannot demon out. Dr. Mali is something else. What? Yeah.
Mr. Stone, Mr. Stone,
So, what Musa Benedict
Mr. Segment, to be on a serious note, that's something serious. That's something serious. I'm telling you guys.
Yeah,
I just
but
got that
Mr.
information.
Just-
I just
yeah,
got that
yeah,
information today.
but Mr. Mali, Dr.
Yeah.
Mali, hold on one second. Let me just say this. I saw that article and then that's what
my number is not with me now, so there's no way I can pull
I
anything.
deliver this was actually true because what we need to understand that when you do those things, it comes with a lot of responsibility. In the United States, to incarcerate an individual for a year costs a state.
So you have seen the article on both front
I
page
did. I did see
okay.
it. I did see it. And I was just torn away by that. Having worked in the prison system for almost 30 years and did some things, I understand in the US, on a state budget, to keep one person in prison for a year is about $130,000. In the federal prison is about $98,000 per year. So that responsibility is going to be passed down for any inmate going there. Not to understand, not even that, but the treatment that prisoner here is going to receive here, human rights will not be violated. It's not so be violated. How genuine are we to really accommodate that in the culture and the structure that we have in Liberia? And that he needs to get medical services. He needs to be fed 3 times a day. He needs to take shower. He needs visitation. These are things that are ingrained in this culture when it comes to people being incarcerated.
But they said the man gonna be free. You will be allowed to walk around free.
So that's my question. How does this man go into Liberia fit from the criminal justice system here into the criminal justice system in Liberia? And so those are questions that need to be asked. And I think that's why this guy didn't refuse the other countries from going there. So there are a whole lot of stuff that involves in there. For them to just publish it, and I just saw it, I was just baffled by that. I'm like, oh my God.
I agree with you, Moses. They're playing with this thing here. Really? They're seriously joking around. If they man, they're saying over there he gets sick. That in JFK, you was saying malaria getting over there. Like JFK, you was saying.
If that guy goes to Liberia, he died. That's black mark in Liberia for somebody who's there in their possession of who passes away. And it's a serious problem to Liberia.
Mr. Segment.
So I don't know you guys taking the thing way to the extreme.
No,
Yes.
Listen. What happened in diplomacy? There are times that these things happen. And the reason why sometimes it happens is that it is done to resolve issues, to resolve conflict.
Like what?
And what I think is the cause of this is he cannot be kept in America due to the nature of his ruling, because they say he illegally brought people into America.
Kato, that's not justifying him going to Liberia. Don't even relate that.
No, listen, that. No, but give me chance. Let me learn, Mr. Sigbe. Give me chance. Let me learn.
Let me make a point. Then you
give me chance.
Point you say.
So, because of such a nature, in country, international relation, we do negotiation. So what is done? It could be like, okay, since we cannot keep this man here, he is accused of this. It is not a crime to certain nature that is harmful to you. What we do is this: we negotiate under the circumstances, and this man be brought to your country under their supervision. It's just not going to be left with, oh, Liberia, he comes, and in Liberia, anything that he does, no, under their supervision. That's how on international relations, the
Yeah, but
negotiation is done.
that's not what these documents are pointing to. He's not coming to be
So,
supervised by the
so
U.S.
yeah, yeah, it's a thing here.
No,
Look,
no,
the whole thing here,
listen,
we just know, and not
no,
to interrupt
there
you.
are the lines there. There will come a time his family will come and visit him, and those
No,
are it.
God,
They
God,
line it up.
Gato.
So
So, yeah,
it has to be negotiated.
yeah.
If
Look,
Liberia will accept it
so,
or not. If Liberia can meet up with those negotiations,
Let
yes,
me just
Liberia can do it.
let me just
No,
give you some information
Mr. Segway,
here. Yes, sir.
let me just add this.
Uh-huh.
This guy here, if
Sis
for
Cotton,
any
can you
reason he
mute
sent to
yourself, please?
Liberia,
I don't know what is this sign here to never.
Yeah.
yeah,
Go
if for any reason the guy is sent to Liberia, the
Uh-huh.
United States is aware that this is a third world country, right? So they got to send him along with his welfare package,
You kidding me?
and they got to send him
Of
along
course,
with
he's
his.
not. Of course, he's
Yeah,
gonna be treated.
I'm trying to support your point. They got to
Yes.
send
Yeah.
his
You think the
Yeah.
guy
welfare
will?
package that
Yes.
include medication, and
Yeah.
even they will have to buy a special cell for
Yeah.
him.
He
All
will be
right, he can't be
monitored.
with a normal
I
third
control
world
phone.
prisoner,
Yeah.
right?
That's
So
right.
probably the government will say, well, this is the money you can provide for him.
Okay,
And if they go
guys.
that route, that guy will die in jail because the poor convert that money to something else.
Okay, okay, guys. Look, bottom line here, this is diplomacy at the highest level, and that's how
CEO,
Uncle Sam
Sis Cotton,
operate.
can you mute yourself, please?
CEO, can I
We-
say something real quick? I beg you.
you're saying your closing remark. We're coming close now to
All right, let me
something.
close
I
right now.
just want.
While I'm
We-
thinking about it. Now we're not talking again.
don't forget about I don't think unless you're in Delaware, there you're losing your. active or falling down like it. But I think Koto is right. We saw what happened with even. Coming one second, please. We saw what happened with the case of former President Taylor, right?
Yeah.
When the former president of Nigeria came here and Uncle Sam stepped in order to give way. Now, the conversation that was held, it just on the surface, just little portion we know with the Secretary of State and that of the government of Liberia delegation, all of those things here. Discussions and deals can be cut. It's not for nothing. Do this and we can do this. Do this and we will stay on course. So you will always see this sort of bizarre, unthinkable, unimaginable stuff coming. The government up there is looking at what they're going to get their thing rolling. With no citizen, people will scream, people will yell, but they will be okay. 1 day, 2 days, that's it. So when you see this kind of meeting taking place, man, it's at the highest level and real glasses with Nike, and so be it. We just don't have it. But guys, let's wrap it up. It's already
And to Adam, see our diplomatic relationship with
You ready to
America.
close?
Right now, they are
What?
not giving
That contract
visa.
closing now?
Yeah, let me close and go.
All right, then
Can
we'll
I?
not hear the noise again. But you gotta listen in the background. You can't just go. You just take your thing off, please.
Why are you on your control woman like this?
Ask you.
Yeah, man.
But that your business. That your business. You say control woman, so leave it with them.
The
That's
woman
not
you
your
come
business.
back, yeah, I told her yesterday.
When Loma man died, Loma man kidding.
So just leave it alone.
All right. Go ahead. I take it back. You can call it back. I take it back. Oh God.
So let me close with this. It was a good show, and I think what we have been discussing, I hope the information or the message go to the president. Let he leave these people culture affairs. That's how the people have been living and happy with their culture. If he want them to have some changes, they want the people to have changes, let them talk it over with them and not to eradicate it. If you start eradicating it, the next thing you are going to create problem because they will not be doing it secretly, and they might do it the wrong way, which is not healthy for us. And with the negotiation, I think country do that, and it is acceptable under international relation code. We negotiate. For example, the way Liberians are here, and most of them are undocumented, there will be a negotiation. Okay, what we're going to do, you take this, our, you know, what they call it, and we give you this favor. And it is always done, and it's not everything that will be published, to be frank with you. That's why they say international relations, you are there to speak on behalf of the government, and you are there to take decisions that is beneficiary. You don't have to expose it, especially sometimes when it comes to security issues. It is not never exposed. It is done in the background. So for me, I think I think it's done for the right purpose. I don't want to deny it because I know if I were in a position and given the opportunity to make a better decision, and I find the opportunity that is better for my country, I would have done the same thing. And I hope they just look at the T's and dots, to be able to dot all of them. So I think it was a good show, and I want to say good night tonight to our good people. It was a night being here.
Don't leave
As
us.
usual, y'all will just crush me down. Y'all want to crush me, but it can't work.
I try to do everything possible to protect you here, but it's still not working. The same phone every day I go talk behind the scenes. So
I'm
okay,
going to protect you guys.
all right. I told them you are the princess on this network, but the liberal and his full yard, the Delaware man there, they retired and he's still active in politics here. Let's hear you, Moses.
Okay, thank you, CEO.
1 minute.
Mrs. Country got to
Thank,
mute herself.
yeah. Thanks
Right.
everyone for your contribution. I was close on this. That there's repercussions for everything that you do, and that our government should start thinking as a government, especially the administration, and don't bring embarrassment, because this issue with this guy, every other place has refused him. I mean, if you have an illegal, ship him back to his country of origin. And that's I believe that's under immigrant international law. You ship the person back. If he's from El Salvador, send him back to El Salvador. Why deport him and send him to a country where he has no relative, nobody that he knows, and he doesn't even know the terrain? That's putting too much burden on that country to take care of him, because again, under international laws, that if something happened to this guy, your country that accepted him would be liable. You would have to answer international deal. There's nothing about diplomacy that refuses that, because I know of a case in New York where a man beat his son unmercifully, continuously, came from Africa. And they went to court. They tried to take that kid away from his parents, from his father. His father was working at the consulate at an African mission. And they went to court. The law stood, and it's a case, and it's recorded. It's on the books. It went up to the Supreme Court, and that the Supreme Court said, diplomacy, they cannot prosecute the man, and that the kid needed to be turned over to his father, and the kid went back home. So
Thank you so much.
those are cases that are on the books that we can
Let's keep it to the minute. We gotta go. We are extremely out of time. Thank you so
all in
much.
all. And all right, so I'm gonna end up gonna do something. I mean, tomorrow we'll talk about something else. But
Yeah.
I think this is
I think one thing I've been seeing that the government is really, and I hope they can support the institution. And I talked to one of the officers. I said the new DA, LDA, what about Commander? He can laugh. And I think they are really aggressively having a really good fight on the drugs. What I see coming from Grand Gide, Bon County, I hope they will really empower them with logistics. I think it will be better. The result in quite recent time is very, very much impressive. They really need a logistic to come back. It is unbelievable. I think somebody saw the video coming from Bond County, coming from our guy from Grand Gila, 2 young Liberians. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And I hope.
When I see the video, what triggered in my mind? So, not to steal your moment, you know what triggered in my mind? The people that have been arrested. What do you think the benefit is to them for having that quantity of drugs? You think those people are the one bringing that quantity of drugs in the country?
Absolutely. I hope they will go after the real
in drug enforcement. You got to understand there's certain things like Johnny Cochran said.
Don't steal it, like you said.
If the glove don't fit, you must acquit. Those people are not capable to import that kind of drugs in that country. There's other people behind it. So that's who
I think it's really at a higher level. And this is the conversation that is not really being kept. People are facilitating this here. Higher decision making by folks, policy maker there. I mean, this is not for nothing. It's too much. It's too much. The country is too much. And it puts stress on the security for nothing.
Exactly.
Because when you have your big people involved in it, it's something. But let's go to Dr. Mali.
Thank you. We can talk about that next time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think CEO, what's going on right now with the drugs revolution, I think it's a very good sign. But I think we need to go beyond that. I think we need to bring in the capital punishment for the drug law.
Oh my God!
Yeah, we need to set a precedent. Okay, people who are not supporting this thing are the people who are psychologically promoting the concept of drugs in Liberia. You see what Donald Trump is doing in this country? See the other men fighting drugs? So I don't know why people eyebrows go here and there when you talk about capital punishment. People who bring in drugs in our country there need to be put to death. I'm telling you, it's no joke about it. Okay? You have to set a precedent. The government officials, every 6 months, they have to undergo drugs evaluation. And it will detect blood in your system. You have to go to jail for at least 6 months. And you be banned from taking government job for the next maybe 6 or 7 years. You got to come hard when it comes to the drug issue. All right? But what I noticed in Liberia, we tend to romanticize these things. Oh no. Oh no. You need to put some people on the pole for the drug scene, especially the drug law, who are bringing the drugs into this poor country. You see, Liberia is a poor country. And the money that the people cannot get for the next 6 years, they can get it in few minutes. You see, so when you bring this drug, when we grab you, in the first place, the judges that will relieve you or give you bail, those judges should be dismissed, passed over, sent over to the justice ministry, process them, and have them locked up. You got to come hard on the drugs issue here.
This is a complete martial law, man.
I'm telling you.
What the director is doing now is a good thing. But the government should come out to back it up now. Because when you get 2 or 3 drug law, trust me, Mr. Sengwe, people will think twice to use that place as a transit point. Trust me. They will think twice. But everything that's happening now is that we're romanticizing this whole thing here. You know? I mean, I rather appreciate their effort.
I think he's really taking a fight.
Until, we're taking the fight to them, but the fight is not enough. You see? Look at the first guy that we grabbed the last time, the judge let them go free of child walking. The same people, they come back again with the drugs. All right? But when you put 1 or 2 person on the pole, my brother, that message go far and wide. The drug law then said they're going to question themselves before they come with drugs in our country there.
Thank you so much. Let's hear from the pastor. Let's see whether he's going to soften the play.
Yes.
Mr. Collins.
Enough.
Yeah, thank you for the show. Dr. Male, we are fighting drugs better than yesterday, which is a very good thing. You have to give us credit for that.
I disagree.
We are fighting drugs better than yesterday under the rescue mission. I was looking at the breaking news here. It says Wede Power, Madam Wede Power, is to join the CMC at the party HQ today. Is that a news? I don't think so, because Wede Power is already with Musa Ability. Dr. Mali, you should have been here yesterday. Yesterday's show was very awesome. Labor dissected the breach that what he did, Musa Ability is trying to build. And I told you some job, but I just wanted to counter that because Labor dissected to us and exposed a lot of things yesterday on the show. And I also listened to people talking about how Mr. Cummings people say they're paying breaches too. I don't know what kind of breach. But I also would would like to recommend to Labor my era or looking down there for Labor to take a time out to really give us detailed information on that road they're facing. They're talking about four-lane road, but the kind of quota I seen over there, I don't trust it. I don't know if they're really doing what they're supposed to do on that road. They say they're building four-lane road from or the Gabriel Tuck Bridge all the way to Bonman's Bridge there and all of that. But yeah, when it comes to, and the expose every day on the show, to be honest with you, my heart grieves when I see the liberal on this network. I must say this, and he's not in the government, especially with the road design and the projects that are ongoing, that we don't have the right expertise to lay these things out. So my fear is they're about to build a road from Maryland all the way, from Tapeta. I know that particular road because I traveled there before, from Tapeta straight to Maryland County through Zwedru. If those roads are not properly laid out, if it just been built for political reason, what would be the fate of the Liberian people? But with the aspect of the issue that people were talking about, this guy, I think the government is doing the right thing. I don't want to believe, I want to agree with Sis Cotto. I think the government is doing the right thing, Mr. So. We must understand that this is political as well. We also need to understand that President Boka is taking advantage of the opportunity. President Boka got over 250 million package that Trump is packaging for the government of Liberia, which will change a huge trajectory in the country. For one-man business, President Boka must not do what he's supposed to do politically to allow the Millennium Challenge budget to pass. That's why you guys are saying, if I was the president of Liberia and Donald Trump told me, say, I want a man go, even all the country in the world can refuse him, I would take him. If I were the president and knowing very well the condition of my country, I would take him. And this man going to Liberia, nothing. People say, oh, the man would die, this, that, or the man is an American citizen. He coming to Liberia because Liberia is an allied nation to America.
No, he's not an American citizen. That's why he didn't deport it. He's not.
I saw an American citizen that was deported the last time, and he came back. I think the Supreme Court brought him back. Okay, let's agree. He's not an American citizen. He's being deported. But the truth is that this man is going to be a free man in the country. He's going to be able to move about where he want to go. Even though we're in the confine of the country, I don't know if other bordering countries will take him if he want to travel outside Liberia, but he's going to be free moving around. And he, it is only precise for the government to do what they got to do. Thank you.
Wrap it up. Thank you so much. Lebron, good night. We're not hearing you.
Sir.
But when you care for me tonight?
Oh, yeah, I always care for you.
You meet, yes, sir. That now you know me. Big man.
Oh,
yeah.
all the texts we can be texting each other. I got you recorded.
Guys,
can I make my Mr. Soul?
Watch your Derek outside.
There we go. He can go that. Thank you and good night, Mr. Soul.
Yeah. And I just want to say a big thank you to our man Roland in Grand. I mean, he's been doing an extraordinary job, and with those guys. And I'm happy. I believe the authority that really giving him full asset the operation, how you call it, LDEA or whatever. They really in him. And that's it, Terry. You're quite correct. I mean, you saw what they did here when Taylor needed to go. They wait until the president came here. I said, well, before you got to make a call back there before before you meet with the president. That's what Uncle descend. That's what they do. That what make them that what made them get a key. They press the button. You have the right to say no, but when you say no, the aftermath of the no will be severe. With your people then saying yes. So meeting with the secretary of state here and see all of these things happening, you must know it was talk at it. And I'm quite sure the government push on the interest in terms of, hey, my people are going to be outraged. We're going to come next. And at that point in time, this is where maturity comes in and you make a decision. So hopefully we'll see the late by whatever arrangement that but I think this drug something I believe they will severely I think they're gonna help train you guys. In fact, the other day, one of their deputies or one senior officer, they are already here for training and stuff like that. Once they empower them with the logistic required, I think it will be good. And not just only the little ones, but those people that are bringing those things in the country, they too they must be held accountable. That's all. Guys, good night and thank you so much for being here. Kato, Moses, Terry, Dr. Mali, and the liberal progressive, and of course our follower will say thank you so much for sharing your time with us. Our pleasant event. Bye bye.
I saw your comment the other day. I think what the reporter name Harris?
Roland, yes.
Roland, yeah. I commented on the page, and I share your sentiment with him and congratulate him for that he's doing.
Roland is doing an extraordinary job. He's really doing the end. We must all encourage him and give him the support.
Yeah.
We expect a comprehensive report on the board decks by Monday morning, Mr.
You still